I guess we could say these are the two most disrespected teams in the NBA. Because a couple of weeks ago, oh, it was the Timberwolves to the finals. A few weeks ago it was, oh, the Warriors are gonna beat everybody and Steph and Jimmy and Draymond and all that nonsense. Eventually the cream rises to the top. And these are the two best teams. And you know what? I'm gonna start the show by kind of doing this, right? I just want to say to, Adam Silver and anybody pushing these narratives about small market teams and all this. I want to be very clear about this. The two teams that are in the NBA Finals in 2025 here, small market teams, NBA Finals with no large market teams. Like, I know the NBA wanted the Knicks in the finals, but the Pacers were undeniable. Like, they couldn't do anything about them. They were too good. And, the Celtics went down and the Knicks are now out, right? So there's your big market teams in the East out. All you're left with is the lowly Indiana Pacers, who literally play one of the best brands of basketball in the entire league. And you're going to have people talking about how this is going to be a crappy finals that nobody's interested in. The basketball purist, anybody who cares about quality basketball, is going to love this finals. You have two teams that play basketball the right way, with players individually that play the right way, with teams that have dynamics and layers and philosophies and good coaches. The shitty teams are gone. The regular season teams, they're out. The fakes, the frauds, those that we thought were good but ended up being fool's gold, they're all gone. All you're left with is the cream that rises to the top. The Pacers and the Thunder are so good. But you're going to have media people talking about, oh, there's no Lakers in the finals. There's no stars in the finals. The finals is where stars are made. This is the dumb things that people say. The stars are made in the finals. SGA is on his way to full-blown stardom. How do you become a star in the NBA? Well, let's see. You win championships. You win MVPs. You notice the checklist that SGA is starting to put together? What if Tyrese Halliburton wins an NBA Finals? What are we saying about Rick Carlisle as a Hall of Fame coach? Winning a championship in Dallas back in 2011. After being down 2 games to one of the greatest teams ever assembled in the Miami Heat. And then winning 4 in a row and spanking LeBron and his little buddies in Miami. And then if he wins one in Indiana, what are we saying about Rick Carlisle as a coach? What are we saying about analytics? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a team that does take threes in the flow of their offense, pushes the pace, and plays defense. The Pacers are clearly the best team in the East. They got hot at the end of the year. They have a philosophy. They have a vision, a belief system in each other. They play hard-nosed defense. They play as a team. They have leadership, belief, and willpower. Here they are in the NBA Finals. But you're going to have people pushing the narrative that this final is going to suck because there's no big market teams in it. Because there's no Boston, because there's no LA, there's no Philly, there's no Miami, there's no Steph, there's no LeBron, there's no stars. All of it is bullshit. The best teams are in the NBA Finals. And 2 of the league's fastest rising stars are in this series. And you have guys on the teams that can emerge and become household names. Like Pascal Siakam won an NBA Finals. He's going to find himself in another one. We could see blow-up games from guys who nobody even knows who they are. Like, what if Neesmith goes off for a couple of games in the series? People are going to get to know who that is. Miles Turner has a couple of big games. Tyrese Halliburton, national stage. Nobody knows what he's doing because he's an indie. And then for the Thunder, you got SGA. But what about Chet? What about Jalen Williams and Lou Dort and Alex Caruso and the way that those guys play basketball? Adam Silver, the NBA media, they can all go to hell. I don't give a damn about their stupid, silly narratives. The best teams in the NBA are in the NBA Finals with the best coaches, the best offenses, the best defenses. They showed it and they proved it. Are we gonna pretend like the Oklahoma City Thunder weren't absolutely dominant against, quote, unquote, "the next Michael Jordan," Anthony Edwards? They locked him up. He was a shell of himself. And they do it as a team, and they do it as a unit, and they believe in each other, and they love each other, and they play hard for each other, and they built that team. See, that's the thing. These teams were built. It wasn't some conglomerate of stars who wanted to throw a party on South Beach. See, that's what the NBA wants. They want that chicanery, that tomfoolery, that bullshit. But we didn't get that this year. We actually got an organic NBA Finals that has the teams hottest in the NBA, best in the NBA with rising stars. We're going to get a high quality NBA Finals with stars who are emerging. The Oklahoma City defense is hellacious. It's going to push the Pacers to the test because we did see some games where the Pacers did kind of bail on their philosophy and they lost those games. A couple of games to the Knicks, right? One of the games to the Cavs. Like, it's not like they're perfect, but can the Thunder do that to them 4 times? And we have seen the Thunder look mortal when they played the Nuggets, right? Teams that move the ball, right? Teams with reliable scoring. I'm just so happy to get an NBA Finals that doesn't come with all of the bullshit. Narrative storylines, fake storylines, teams that are, you know, I don't even know what you want to call them, stacking the deck. I'm thrilled with this, and I'm so glad that the NBA and Adam Silver and these media people, they get to just sit the hell down and shut the hell up. Just enjoy some high quality basketball. And you know what? When it comes to like the media stuff, it's going to be all media for the next several days. Listen carefully. Listen to all of your favorite talking heads as they talk about the Thunder and the Pacers. They are going to sound defeated. They're going to sound bored. They're going to sound disengaged because it proves they don't care about the basketball. They only care about the names. But see, the real hoop fans, the hoop lifers, for those of you out there that watch my content, I started watching NBA basketball in the 80s when you had like household names that were winners and you didn't need silly narratives. The stories were told on the court, not told in the media on the shows and the talk shows and the talking heads. Like the big nose bandit Nick Wright and his dad right here, Adam Silver. Like, we don't need that. We need good quality hoops. Like, what makes players great is winning on the biggest stage. What makes stars? Championships, MVPs, dominance. Like, we're going to sit here and talk about dynasties and all this other stuff. I don't need dynasties. If OKC becomes a dynasty, great. If the Pacers can win a championship, great. I go with whatever the outcome is, but it's going to be pure organic hoops. I don't need to be force-fed storylines that are just conjured up out of nowhere, figments of people's imagination who are writing stories like it's fiction books. I don't need it. I didn't want to spend too much time on this, but it had to be said. Had to be said.